July 6, 1942. A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be very hard for us to live cut off from the rest of the world. He sounded so serious. I felt scared. Don't worry, Annika. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father emigrated to Holland in 1933, but Hitler invaded Holland on May 10, 1940. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered, the Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business, manufacturing products used to make jam. We couldn't be on the streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore, couldn't be out in the street after 8 p.m., couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles. No beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the streets. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J, and we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow, life went on, until yesterday. A call-up notice from the SS. My sister Margaret was ordered to report for work in Germany to the Westerbork transit camp. A call-up? Everyone knows what that means. At 5:30 this morning, we closed the door of our apartment behind us. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast sitting on the table, all created to the impression that we left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain, all the way to 263 Prinsengracht, Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the office with Mr. Kohler and me, who offers to help us while we're in hiding.
Oh, a rat!
Shh!
Ah, me.
Mr. Frank, thank God you arrived safely.
Me!
And, Mrs. Frank, Margot, you must be exhausted. If only we'd known, we would have had it ready for you.
You've done too much already, me. Besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you see, Anne's my little helper.
I see that. Peter, come in.
Welcome, Peter. Peter Van Dam. Children?
Welcome to the annex!
Mrs. Frank?
Forgive me, Peter, I'm not quite myself, but I'm glad you'll be with us today. Or to be with us.
I am too.
A cat! He has a cat!
A black one.
We have a cat too. I wanted to bring her, but I'm sure our neighbors will take great care of her until we come back. It'll be great having a cat here, Pim, won't it? Won't it be fantastic?
And don't get excited, dear. Peter doesn't know who he is.
Okay. He'll get to know me soon, though. It's going to be so much fun having people around. A whole other family, won't it, Margot?
Yes.
Like being on vacation in some strange pension or something. An adventure, romantic and dangerous at the same time.
What is it, Peter?
My parents. They were right behind me, 1 street away.
They'll be here.
You don't think they were...
Don't worry, Peter. You're just like me.
Mother's always jumping at every little thing. What's its name?
Mushy.
Mushy. I love cats. Where'd you go to school?
They set up a technical school in somebody's house. Once we were forbidden...
I had to switch from my Montessori school to the Jewish Lyceum.
I know. I saw you there.
You did?
See? What did I tell you? Now we're all here.
Just in time. We had to take the long way around. There were too many police on the streets.
Welcome, Miss Van Dam. Mr. Van Dam. You know my wife, of course, and the children.
We must hurry. The workmen will be here in half an hour.
Such...
Mr. Collins, this is when you have to
Oh, okay.
sit next to me. So, actually,
Yeah.
I know.
Such trouble we're causing, Mr. Fowler, after all you and me have done. And now we arrive early.
You must hurry. The workmen... You couldn't let your daughter keep away, Mr. Frank. Please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help. And now, I must run and get your ration books. Wait, if they see our names on the ration books, won't they know we're here?
Oh, trust me, your names won't be on them.
If you make a list every day, I'll try to get you what you want. And every Saturday, I can bring 5 library books.
5? I know what my 5 are gonna be.
Remember there are 7 of us.
I know, Mother.
It's illegal then. The ration books, we've never done anything illegal.
I don't think we'll be living exactly according to regulations here.
Listen, the Western.
How will I ever get used to that clock?
I love it.
Meep or I will be here every day to see you. I've hidden a buzzer to signal when we come up. And tomorrow, I'll have that bookcase placed in front of your door. Oh, and one last thing. The radio.
A radio? Fantastic.
Oh, radio, thank God.
How did you get it? We had to turn ours in a month ago.
Thank you, Mr. Crawler, for everything.
You'll tell them about the noise?
I'll tell them.
How can we thank you, really? How can we ever... Do I follow them?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd live to see the day a man like Mr. Frank would have to go in hiding.
What a journey. It's a wonder we weren't arrested. Petronella, walking down the street with a fur coat, carrying a hat box in the middle of the summer.
What do you need another hat for?
It's not another hat. It's...
Oh.
I just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now, everyone, a few things quickly. We have to get organized before 8. On, sit down. Please. First, about the noise. While the worksmen are in the building from 8 to 6, we must keep completely quiet. So no shoes. And move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water. We can't flush the toilet in the WC. The pipes go down through the warehouse and every sound
Only
can be
one,
heard.
only one toilet for all of us?
On, no trash can ever be thrown out, not even a potato peel. We'll burn everything in the stove at night. We can't go outside, we can't look out a window. No coughing. If possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor. This is the way we must live. Until it's over. But after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around, just as we would at home. This will be our common room, the place where we meet to have supper, like one family.
One family. I love that.
And now why don't we get settled in as Mr. Von Don and I discussed. This floor will be the Von Don home, the lower floor, the Frank home. I know your space is tiny, Pater, but he'll be near your parents. Actually, I'm glad you brought your cat. Meep warns us. There could be rats.
Rats? Oh my God.
I'm sure Mushi can take care of a few rats. Come, Petronella, let's go up to the attic. Bring our dishes down. All our boxes are okay.
Never can we thank you, Mr. Fogg. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to us.
You can't imagine how your husband helped me. When I first came to Amsterdam, not knowing a soul, unable to speak the language, I could never repay him. Besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
God, it's hot.
If you take the precious coat off for 1 minute, you feel a lot cooler.
You rest, Edith. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. What the heck? Wait.
I don't know where she sits.
I think she's there, and then
She's on the couch.
she's on.
Yeah.
Peter.
You're here.
We're on,
Yeah.
You guys switched, right?
No, I've been on the couch. That's how I
Yeah,
think.
he is on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should I just keep going?
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. You rest, Edith. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. Nor you, Margot.
I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it was the last night in my own bed.
You can sleep through anything. Now take off your shoes before you forget. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You're sure you're not too tired, Annika?
Mother, please. I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Getting rid of it.
You can't do that. No one rescue you if you only without your star.
Who's going out? Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Remember when it started? People tried to look the other way, but somehow their eyes landed right there. Oh, Mother sewed this one so tight.
The day they made us wear the star was the worst day of my life.
Look. Look, it left a mark. Do you know Henley Goslar?
No,
Joe Wall?
never heard of her.
Oh, but you heard of me.
Well, my father is your father's business partner.
You heard of me, you heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
That's true in a way.
What do you mean?
Man, you mustn't bother Peter.
I'm not bothering him. Mushy, mushy.
Mushy either. Tonight we'll have our first real supper here together.
Thank you.
He's awfully shy.
You'll like him, I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm gonna see for my movie stars. Pim, you remembered. Oh wait, over here. Yeah. So, he's the only boy I'm gonna see for my movie stars. Pim, you remembered. I'm gonna put them right. Wait, where's my diary? Oh, I forgot to pack my pencils.
Anne, no! You can't go down those stairs.
But it was only for a.
Never, Anne. This is what going into hiding means. One mistake could cost us our lives.
I know, Father.
But every day, Meep and Mr. Crawler will bring us food, books, their precious company. They're friends, Anne. That's rare these days. If the Nazis found out they were hiding us, they'd be deported too.
Your fountain pen.
You are fountain pen now.
Oh, Pim Pim, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes. Is that what we'll be eating every night? Not much variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. What she can do with the beans and potatoes, my wife's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans, you'll see. Oh, I'm gonna miss those gourmet meals.
Who do you stop exaggerating?
The women seem content, don't they?
You can never tell with women, but I think we'll be alright.
Good. Miss Von Dunn will meet here at 6 and start preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come away from the kitchen, Petronella. The workmen will be here any moment.
Maybe it's a mistake. All of us going into hiding together. They say it's better for families to separate. That way, if we're betrayed, caught, at least the children.
The children would never have understood if we separated. They couldn't have borne it. No more than we. Come. You must be quiet now.
Are you alright, Margot?
I'm still shaking. Feel my hands.
Don't worry. We're here now. They can't take you away.
Yes, we're here.
Okay. It's the silence that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house, a step in the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been ripped off and keeps hurling itself against the bars of its cage. Let me out, where there's fresh air and laughter. But then I remember the Jews who are not in hiding, and I know we live in a paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice. Who would have dreamed Quicksilver Anne would have to sit still for hours, and what's more could? At last!
What were you writing in that diary that's so funny? Nothing about me, I hope. Oh, can I take a peek?
No, Miss Van Dan.
Not even a little peek.
Not even a little peek, Miss Van Dan.
All right, I'm first for the WC.
Has anyone seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Definitely.
Anne, wait till I get you.
Wait till I get you.
Oh, I was just gonna join.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Here. Oh, you're strong, but you won't get them away from me. You didn't think I was so strong, did you? Uh-oh, I'm making you mad. You're getting really mad now.
And Peter!
Come on, Peter. Dance with me.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I don't want any lessons.
Please.
I have to give Mushi his supper.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be quiet. Quiet as a little mouse. He likes nice, doesn't he?
No!
You shouldn't play with Peter like that. It's not dignified.
I don't want to be dignified.
You complain I don't treat you like a grown up, but when I do, you resent it.
I just want to have some fun. What's wrong with that boy?
He's not used to girls, especially a girl like our Annika. Give him time.
How much time does he need? You dance with me, Marco.
I have to help with supper.
Come on. If we don't practice, we'll forget.
Alright.
See, everyone? Marco's a real dancer in the family. Tim! Whee!
Dancing. Where's Peter?
In his room.
His father will kill him if he catches him with that cat again. And darling, do me a favor and get Peter out of his room.
Peter? Oh, Peter.
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
You know what your father says.
Alfie Mooshie.
All right, but just give him his supper and come right out.
Oh, now is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, please.
Oh, look, he's blushing.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Frank, if this war lasts much longer, we're liable to be related. Oh, I think I have a run here.
Some run. Some run.
God, I hate them.
Good evening, everyone. I wish I could stay for supper, but I'm so shy. I can barely get a word out of my...
All right. I heard about you. How you talked so much in class. Mr. Giesing called you Miss Quack Quack and made you write a composition. Quack, 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 said Miss Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. How it was so good he read it out loud to our class and all his other classes.
I know about you. Always joking.
I don't always joke.
Always making fun of and mocking people. Quack, quack, quack.
I don't always... You're the most infuriating boy I've ever met.
That's right, and you give it to him.
With all the boys in the world, I had to get locked up with...
Quack, quack, quack. And from now on, stay out of my room. Ah.
Go on.
She said it. This is yours.
What?
Excellent in history.
Oh, yeah. Excellent in history on and in Latin.
Meek's not here yet.
The workman left only a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? I saw you in there playing with that cat.
He just waiting for a second. He's been out here all afternoon working on his French.
Really?
How did I do in algebra?
I think we both better give up on algebra.
How did I do?
How do you always do? Brilliant.
You might have to use the subjunctive here.
Where?
Miss Van Dam, may I try on your coat?
Anne,
Oh, of course you may. My father gave me this coat the year before he died. He always bought the best that money could buy.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anne, it's not courteous to ask personal questions.
Why not? I had a throng of admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off of me.
I can imagine. Our house was always swarmed with boys. I remember the summer I was 16. This thing happened and I'm supposed to be cut off here.
Mr. Vincent.
Oh,
I remember
sorry.
the summer I was 16.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Who was talking to you? We had a big house in Bremerhaven. Those boys came buzzing like bees around a honey pot. My father was always worried with all those boys buzzing around. He'd say, if any of them gets fresh, you tell him, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Very good. All right, that's enough.
What have you got to write about that? So important all the time. How much does the 13-year-old have to say?
Just because someone's young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Von Gogh.
Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, can you please tell me what could possibly be so private?
Oh, you know how it is at that age. Everything is private, even brushing your teeth.
I just hope she doesn't write anything about me in that private diary of hers.
Oh, don't really, Pootie. Don't be so ridiculous. You're so childish sometimes.
Still haven't finished your French? You ought to be ashamed.
No, I know. I'm a hopeless case.
You are not hopeless. He is not hopeless. He just doesn't have anyone to help him, like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Funk.
I'm sure his father.
Not me. He won't listen to me.
What do you say, Peter?
Oh, Mr. Funk, you're an angel. Oh. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there.
Come here. Show me which chapter you're on.
You listen to Mr. Frank, Peter. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
Aren't things hard enough with... Wait, sorry, I lost my place doing that. Aren't things hard enough without you sprawling all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, Pootie, you wouldn't be so ill-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you used up all those cigarettes.
One package. Meep only brought me one package.
You're smoking up all our money.
Will you shut up? Where are you? What are you staring at?
I've never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled, and it wore off when you grew up.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And I never heard children so rude before.
Rude? Me? I don't know how you can say that when...
Anne, dear, would you please bring me my knitting? I must remember to ask Meep for more wool.
I have a library book for her to return, and I need some hairpins and soap.
Please, Meep, get me some starch, some tea, some biscuits, some movie star magazine. Tell us all the latest news. Meep, 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 Meep. It's a wonder Meep has a life of her own. Did you know she's engaged to someone called Jan? She's crazy about him, but terrified the Nazis will send him to Germany to work in a war plant. That's what they do with all the young Dutchmen these days. They pick him up in the street and...
Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes.
Anne, come have your milk.
Talk, 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 chatter, chatter, chatter. It's a wonder we haven't been discovered and shot. Why do you have to show off all the time? Can't you be quiet like your sister Margot? Be a good girl.
Not me. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Really?
You'll see, I'm going to be a famous writer or singer or dancer one day.
Oh my God, my coat, my beautiful fur coat.
I'm sorry.
Do you know how much my father paid for this? Look at it.
I'm very, very
I
sorry.
could kill you for this.
Petronella.
Anne, you can't behave like this.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I'm not just talking about the coat, Anne. We're all living under great stress, but you don't hear Margot getting into arguments with the Van Dans, do you?
Margot's perfect. She never gets into arguments with anyone.
I'm not perfect.
She's courteous. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Try to be more like Margot.
And have them walk over me too? No, thank you.
They do not walk all over me.
Oh, yes, they do. All over you.
I'm not afraid they'll walk over you, Anne. I'm afraid you'll walk over them. I don't know what happens to you if I ever talk to my mother the way you talk to me.
Yes, Mother, no, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. People aren't like that anymore. I can't do everything for you.
Margot doesn't do everything.
Margot, that's all I ever hear.
And don't be so dramatic.
Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. If I talk, I'm a show-off. If I answer, I'm rude. Selfish if I eat too much. Stupid, cowardly, a complete disappointment. I'll never live up to your expectations. I'll never be Margot.
I don't know how we can go on living like this.
You know, Anne, in 2 minutes she'll be laughing and joking again.
No room, no privacy for any of us. Ugh, those people, the way they behave. And your father chooses to shut his eyes to these things. I can't even remember how life used to be.
Me!
It's me.
Darling, me.
At last.
Does everyone have their list?
So I have mine.
Oh. Now you'll get your library book, darling.
Oh, Meep, that air. What's it like outside?
How are you, Mr. Crawler?
Where did you go today? Who did you see? Did anyone interesting come into the office?
Wait, when Meep comes, the sun begins to shine.
We missed you yesterday, Mr. Crawler.
Tell us, Meep. We want to know everything.
Won't you stay for supper?
Oh, thank you, but there's something we need to talk over. Something that has to be decided immediately.
What? What is it, Mr. Crawler?
Each time we come, we try to bring a bit of good news. But up here, you just can't know how bad things have become outside. There's a dentist, Alfred Dussel. He's Jewish. He's been living with a Christian woman, but today he asked if I knew of a safe address. He's desperate. I promised I would let him know.
Of course, Meep. Absolutely. Dussel. I believe we know him.
It's great news, Meep.
Yes, but where is he going to sleep? There's barely enough room.
Forgive me. I spoke without consulting you. I was sure.
It's just that there's so little food.
Oh, Mr. Von Don, I tried. There are no more ration books to be had.
Where 7 can eat, 8 can eat as well.
I hope so.
If we can save even one person, we must.
Well, you're right, of course.
Yes, definitely.
Mr. Crawler and I will go meet him. I will bring him up.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
It's fine to have him, but where are we going to put him?
He can have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
You're very kind, Vader, but there's hardly enough room there for you.
I know. I'll move in with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No. Margot will move in with us, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way.
But why? Why can't I move in?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margot to. Please, Anne, don't argue. It's settled.
As far as I'm concerned, Mother can go jump in a lake. I don't know why I've taken such a terrible disliking to her, but I can imagine her dying someday, while Papa's death seems inconceivable to me. It's very mean of me, I know, but it's how I feel. I hope Mother will never read this or anything else I've written. She's not a mother to me. I have to mother myself. Who can I turn to? Only my diary. I have to become a good person on my own, but I know it will make me stronger in the end. 3.5 months in the annex, and we're eagerly awaiting our latest edition. What will he be like? Meeps, he's quiet, refined, and by all accounts, an excellent dentist. He's meeting Mr. Crawler at 11 sharp this morning at a certain place in front of the post office. It's all very exciting and totally nerve-wracking. What if they get caught? Those last hours are the most dangerous for a Jew who goes into hiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's done.
Everything went smoothly. Mr. Dussel was at the appointed place at the appointed time. He had to wear Jan's coat over his office jacket so no one would see the yellow star. He was amazed to be brought into Amsterdam rather than into the country, where so many hiding places are. Of course, he had no idea we were right upstairs, waiting for him.
Mr. Frank. Otto Frank. I heard you were in Switzerland. A patient of mine told me you escaped to Basel or Belgium or someplace.
That's what everyone thinks, the Nazis included, we hope.
We tricked them.
We're so glad you've come, Mr. Dussel.
We all are.
How can I thank you?
Not us. Meep and Mr. Crawler.
Without them, we couldn't live.
Aren't you scared, me? Sometimes?
We're not heroes.
You're much too modest, Meep.
We just don't like the Nazis. Anything about them.
Come on, Mr. Dussel. Sit down. You must be worn out.
Let us have a toast to Mr. Dussel.
Cognac, we were saving it in case of illness, but...
But what better way to use it?
Prost!
Oh.
Prost!
Delicious. Too bad there's so little of it.
I believe we know someone in common, Mr. Dussel.
Huh?
Dr. Kingsler. We were friends back in the old days. In Frankfurt. What? What is it?
Dr. Kinsler was taken last month. Beethovenstraat. They took the whole block.
Mr. Dussel, what is happening outside?
Tell us.
All over Amsterdam, Jews are disappearing. Torn out of bed in the middle of the night. My God, the screams. Children come home from school. Their parents are gone. Women come home from shopping. Whole families vanished. It's impossible to escape unless you go into hiding. Thousands are being taken away, deported. The Bloombergs, Professor Haldenstein.
Oh God, no.
You've 5 minutes to get ready. Bring only what you can carry in a rucksack. Herd it into the Jewish theater for days, weeks sometimes, and then Westerbork, the transit camp. From there, every Tuesday like clockwork, a train leaves for the east.
Mr. Dussel, do you know the Goslars? Their daughter Hanley and I. We've been friends since we were 4. They didn't come for them, did they? Not Hanley! It can't be!
There's a family by the name of...
No!
I'm sure Mr. Dussel needs to get settled before supper. I'm sorry we can't offer you your own room. I trust you won't mind sharing one with my daughter.
Forgive me for upsetting you.
No, you had to tell us. We had to know.
Oh. Anne, why don't you show Mr. Dussel your room?
Me, thank you for everything.
All he said is so terrible and so different from what Mr. Crawler's been telling us.
I liked it better the way Crawler told it.
Well, here we are.
Huh. It's not very big, is it?
I've never shared a room with a man before. I hope I'll be a suitable companion. I know you'll miss the woman you live with terribly.
Charlotte and I have never been apart. It all happened so fast. I couldn't tell her where I was going. I didn't know myself.
You weren't supposed to. None of our friends knew. It just would have been too dangerous. Not just for us, for them, and for Charlotte.
You're a very bright young lady. I hope you'll bear with me.
I hope you'll bear with me. I seem to irritate everyone around here. What's she like, your Charlotte?
Charming. Beautiful. You would like her. She's not Jewish, you know.
Oh, I know. He told us. That's my bed, and this is Margot's. We'll sleep. I know it's small and dark in here, but if you peek out through the blackout curtain, you'll see the most beautiful chestnut tree in the world. I can't wait till it's in blossom, though I hope the war will be over by then and we'll all be home. Mara, I was wondering about the room. Margot always had the afternoons, and I had in the mornings. Would that be all right with you?
Actually, I'm not at my best in the mornings.
Then you'll take the mornings, and I'll take the afternoons. Did you bring your dental equipment?
Oh.
I see it. Wait, I can't wait to see it. I love those little mirrors. Will you fill out our cavities?
It's very hard being a dentist, you know. Children don't understand that.
What do you mean?
No one likes going to the dentist. Everyone makes fun of dentists, but believe me, it's no fun for us. Everyone hates us.
That's awful.
Tell me something. When you're in here, where do I go? In there with all those people?
And Mushi.
Who's Mushi?
Peter's cat.
Cat? No one mentioned a cat to me. He has it here?
Oh, you'll love Mushi. He's the sweetest cat in the world.
I hate cats. They're terrifying. They give me asthma.
Oh, you'll, don't worry. Peter keeps him in his room all the time.
Let's hope so. By the way, Mr. Crawler spoke of a schedule.
It's mainly about when you have to be quiet and when you can use WC. You can use it now.
No, thank you.
You don't know how important WC can be when you're hiding, especially.
I understand. If you don't mind, I think I'll lie down before supper. It helps with the digestion.
You rest, Mr. Dussel. I'll try to make you feel at home.